All right. So like Candace Owens said, though, man, you got to watch deeper or whatever. She said that they wasn't really trying to cover up. They wasn't coming for Diddy. They was in there trying to cover up information. Meanwhile, Candace Owens has been fired. Yep. Candace Owens is out of here. She's, I don't know if you can say fired, if that's all the way accurate, but Candace Owens,
because what it registers to me as is power. Real power hiding behind a veneer of victimhood, the kind of power that can take somebody out and end their entire career if that person says something that they don't like. And in this case, it's not that I'm saying things that they don't like, it's that I'm refusing to allow my voice to be controlled.
Well, we know that Candace Owens is the best grifter money can buy. She's going to go wherever the right-wing money pays her to go. But she was a part of Turning Point USA and the media company called the Daily Wire, and she is now independent. She's been promoted to what they used to say at Amazon, you get promoted to customer. She's been promoted to independent. Independent contractor, Candace Owens, says that she cannot be controlled. And that's what, you know, she may have said a few things in regards to the Israeli-Palestine conflict. And them folks said, hey, don't play with us.
I want to be clear to you guys. I'm going to be honest with you because everybody's noticing it. Every single political commentator in America, every single one of them knows this, that if you do not step out and say things that are radically pro-Israel, or if you are too quiet on certain narratives and they want you to be radically pro-Israel, you can lose everything. That's the truth. That is a fact. I'm not feeling like I need to hide from that anymore or be afraid to say it, rather, is a better way to say it, because I've endured this for years. I'm just at the end of my rope. I have given so much rope here, and I am just done with it. Every person that you are a fan of, they know this. Every person that you line up to go here speak, they know this. Again, it's not even on the basis of what you say. It can sometimes be on the basis of what you don't say. That an entire mob will assemble. They'll write piece after piece after piece until you subjugate. If you don't subjugate, the bounty grows larger. So yes, there is a large bounty on my head for the crime of refusing to suddenly hate Muslims and to condone Muslims getting bombed following October 7th. Everybody can see that. I have said.
Yeah, so she basically has just said that she's only spoken out because that there may be signs of genocide between the Israelis and the Palestinians. And in the Gaza Strip. It's disgusting. It's really getting disgusting as far as what's going on over there. I try not to talk about it at all because, you know, it's just very, very scary that folks kind of like will talk about stuff like that and then kind of just look over it. But I know I'm not supposed to give Candace Owens that much of my time.
Work ought to support them. Look how she's tying that to black people. She calls them.
Because they say Candace Owens ain't the person that we supposed to be giving no love to. You know what I'm saying? They say like, hey, don't let her be come crawling back. One thing about the black community, you know what I'm saying? We are very, very quick to forgive and forget. 1 minute, you know, you could kind of be a part of the Ku Klux Klan and then you come over to the barbecue and you know how to do the Soldier Boy Tell 'em dance, and then we be like, you know what? It's all good, bro. You want something to eat? Come on, get in line. You know what I'm saying? Black people, we gonna be some forgiving fools sometimes. And, you know, don't get it twisted. I think that Candace Owens is very educated. I think that she gets, she's controlled by right-wing media and she doesn't want to be controlled anymore, so they let her go. But I do not think that she is a friend to the black community, and this is why.
Owens has had a long history of dumping on black people. Maybe I live in a box, but I've never met a single black American who was a slave or a single white American who was a slave owner. I've come across lazy people who believe those who work ought to support them. Look how she's tying that to black people. She calls black people lazy for talking about slavery, who want reparations. Basically, that's what she's doing. Here goes Candace Owens throwing out her opinion of Juneteenth. Juneteenth is still ghetto and made up. Hope everyone enjoys it. Why would you need to tweet this on Juneteenth if not to incite black people? There is no other reason to tweet this out. Dumping on black America for celebrating the last of black Americans who found out they were actually emancipated. That's the celebration of Juneteenth. To your 95% white audience that you don't like Juneteenth, and it's ghetto. She could put anything up, or she could put nothing up. She didn't have to comment at all about Juneteenth. But what did she choose to do? To take a swipe at black people, to dump on blackness. You have this woman on your platform, you don't address this? Good thing we got the Tim Black Show. I have no sympathy for Jordan Neely. Daniel Penny killed Jordan Neely. He's on trial for it. And Candace Owens feels she has no sympathy for a man who was killed, murdered in broad daylight in front of the world. I think it says a lot about who she is. And once again, she can tweet whatever she wants on her timeline. Why is she continually going after black people? Why? Ahmaud Arbery was caught on camera breaking into an unfinished property. He didn't break in. There was no doors. There was no locks. You can't break into a place that doesn't have a lock on it. You can say trespassed. A lot of people are seen on camera doing the same thing that Ahmaud Arbery did, which was walk into the construction site. Once again, just so happens, she's talking about black people in a negative way on her platform to her 95% white audience. And all I'm saying is it's a little weird that you'd have this person on your platform, Black America, and not make her address this. She should not get an easy ride. She didn't give Ahmaud Arbery an easy ride. She didn't give the deceased Jordan Neely an easy ride. She damn sure didn't give George Floyd an easy ride. So why should she get an easy ride? Oh, that's right. My bad. We want to just have conversations, not confrontations. Here goes the great one. I still wonder why black Americans lag behind other races. Oh, I can tell you. I know exactly why we lag behind. Resources. Resources are why black people lag behind. And that's due to what? White supremacy, institutional racism. For hundreds of years, black people could not own shit. We were property. A chair doesn't own a house. A footstool can't own a horse and buggy. Was illegal to read. Candace says, I wonder why they're behind. Those would be reasons, but not to Candace Owens. Here's her reasons. Name other one race in America that protests and riots when their criminals die while committing crimes. It's reverse Darwinism, survival of the dumbest. Our criminals need justice. It's a bottom feeder mentality. Candace Owens is calling black people bottom feeders. No other race has the history that we have in this country, Candace Owens, but you know that. You're not that stupid. What's stupid is not to address this when given the opportunity. There's not been a single Black Lives Matter case this year in which the victim was not involved in criminality. Not George Floyd, not Rayshard Brooks, not Jacob Blake, not Breonna Taylor. Philando Castile was a true victim. We have come a long way since then. We already know what she put out with George Floyd, a BS documentary that was one-sided, that questioned the medical examiner's findings that he died of a coronary pulmonary asphyxiation. We know that. She said it was fentanyl because he had fentanyl in his system. Her supporters believe Derek Chauvin was railroaded. Then she throws in Breonna Taylor, whose family was awarded money. Why? Because her house should have never even been breached. Then you're going to bring in Rayshard Brooks, who also, his family also got a settlement because though he was asleep in the car and then tried to run, he should have been shot in the back 3 times. And the bigger picture is, why is Candace Owens repeatedly, everything she puts out is against black Americans? Nothing is pro-black America. Hey, I'm not saying you can't critique black folks. I critique black folks. I also big black people up. I also support black people. I also rally behind black people. That's what gives me a license to, when necessary, say, hey, we need to work on this. Or hey, let's watch our 6 surrounding this event. But Candace Owens does none of that. She does none of the supportive aspects of being in black media, all of the negative ones, and then wants credit for being negative and for selectively choosing what to cover and it always being a negative aspect of black America. If it's not Larry Elder or one of her other conservative talking black heads. She doesn't use her platform to push back at injustice. She continues the injustice and then blames the victim and says, how dare you feel a certain kind of way about being victimized? You have victim mentality. Are you crazy? It's our job to fix it.
Shout out to that black man right there, man, for breaking it down, man. I know that was kind of a lengthy clip, but I had to let Tim Black break it down to y'all on how Candace Owens is anti-black and don't let her fool y'all. But again, I admit I actually watch Candace Owens because I like to see her perspective. I also think that she's very educated, and I think I may probably give her a little bit of pretty privilege there. I've admitted it. But I agree with Tim Black, and I don't think that she deserves any sympathy from the black community. But she probably gonna end up bouncing back just fine because she's good at what she does, which is grift. So grift along. You are right, Shed. She is a racial troll. Candace Owens, the racial troll. Keeping this thing moving, man. Speaking about trolling and